What's up, YouTube? Good morning once again. This is Monday of week 9. We're starting the second half of the NFL season. I hope you've tuned in. Hope you've liked what I've kind of done here, which is little short video blogs, sometimes a little longer than others. We're going to try and make it really quick today. It's more of a recap video. I don't think we'll talk week 9 yet. That's tomorrow. That's the wishbone. That gets our week started off correctly. It's a free article put out by me. I'm a coach and contributor inside DFSArmy.com. If you're not familiar with me, follow me on Twitter at Chapadong. Like, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and we'll get that content to you guys. But I want to tell you one thing before we really dive in. Prices in the DFS Army are going up. We have discovered we have got our hands around the neck of the beast for NBA, and I mean, when demand is there, it goes up, and that's just what's going to happen. You do get an opportunity to get grandfathered in if this pisses you off, this statement. But Wednesday prices are going up to about 35 bucks, and grandfathered in right now, coupon code CHOP, C-H-O-P, dfsarmy.com. Follow the link in the description to this video, dfsarmy.com, code CHOP. 20% off locks you in at $23.20 a month for the lifetime of your membership, even if our prices go up. Get in now before they go up, because after Wednesday, I can't help you. I can't save you. The coupon code will still be there, and the price will be, $24. Not 24, it'll be like 26 or something like. But anyway, the price is going to go up, and you got to get locked in now where you are now. That's just the way that it goes. And don't be silly. Don't think about it anymore. Get off the fence. Let's go. As far as what I'm going to do, we'll dive in a little bit to the week rewind here. But the first thing I want to do is I want to walk you through, for those of you that are on the fence, this says yesterday, but it's really Saturday night at midnight. Okay? And of course, you get a little bit backed up here. The domination station, this is our optimizer. When you see people talk DS, that's what they're talking about. Wasn't going to play NBA tonight. Glad I did. Glad I joined the Army. If we scroll up just a touch, we'll see that he hit himself a nice $125 win. That was off the domination station optimizer and the projections. 181 in, 720 out. This is getting ridiculous. The domination station is not just on fire. It is this good when it comes to NBA for sure. Scrolling down here, $12, 130 in, 218 out. 17 in, 69 out. I mean, I myself last week put 12 bucks in on 3 or 4 slates and came out with about 200 bucks. So this is just, it's crazy. Winning, winning, winning. Keep scrolling down. 36 in, 260 out. DS rules. These are people that are just playing the domination station, okay? They learn how to tweak it a little bit. They learn inside the Army. 14 in, 124 out. I've never seen an ATM like this before. These are our members. This is our stuff. This is not fabricated, photoshopped, or anything. First time ever playing NBA last night. Never played NBA before. In for what? 20, 25 bucks, out 10, 20, 30, 10, 10, 6, 70. Dudes, come on. What are you waiting for? Coupon code CHOP. Get your asses in here. 20 bucks, out 80. Scrolling down, big ticket, 19 in, 150 out, 144 in, 300 out, and he had a bad night. Domination Station did it again. Of course we did. All of this, just 75 in, 143 out. First golf win ever. Used a lineup from Domination Station. Yes, it does golf too. Pick'em. It doesn't do pick'em. That was a manual lineup. And kudos to him, because that's pretty sweet. All of this in the green. Promise you, Domination Station. Have I shown you enough yet? 62nd in for 250 bucks in the $3 milli tournament. Domination Station. Oh, doctor. Somebody went to King of the Beach. That's our second member this year. We have a $150,000 winner that took second in the Sunday Million on FanDuel in, week 5, what's it going back a few weeks now, week 6 maybe. We have 2 King of the Beach finalists going to the live final in Key West now that are contributors inside the Army. We mean business. We know what's up. Hell, he almost hit it with the second one too. Guys, we're for real. We've got a $50,000 winner in the NBA also off our domination station. It's just ladder up. DS still on fire. 4 in, 80 out. This happens every day. DS crushed it. It's just what we do. 9 in, 121 out, DS rules. Printing money again with DS. Army for life. DS continues to be on fire. Nobody's leaving, guys, once they get in. 5 in, 55 out. You want an 11x return? There it is. 500 in, 1500 out. See, tripling up, whether you're 10 in for 30 out, 30 in for 100 out, or 500 in for 1500 out, tripling up is tripling up. More money leveraged, more money made. DS with some slight changes, 15 in, almost 200 out. I know very little about NBA, haven't been doing well in NFL, so I decided to give it a shot. Registered for DK through DFS Army. Received a $3 entry, ran the domination station, picked the top point projected lineup. I won $5. Not a lot, but he's got $5 to play with now. I promise you I can show you. You know what? Let's do this. Come back and tune in tomorrow, the next day. I'll run through the week. I will run a video blog that centers on the domination station running how we run in NBA, and we'll track my bankroll. If it had happened last night or last week, I'm telling you, I would have put in, I pulled out about $200 last week playing $12 a night. If it duplicates it again, I'll show you what's up. All right, so that does it for your recap. I mean, if I haven't proved to you enough of what the hell's going on, I mean, come on. Big gamble on $25 buy-in, but 550 out. Domination station. That's just what we do. We coach, we teach, whatever else, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's dive into last week. Let's get this review done here as quickly as we can in 10 minutes or less. What did we learn from the Miami Dolphins-Ravens game? We learned that Matt Moore loves the number twos. He loves Kenny Stills. Why? Backup quarterbacks run with the number twos in practice. They have chemistry with the number twos in practice. Back a few years ago, Mark Sanchez played for Philadelphia. Nick Foles went down. Mark Sanchez came in, made Jordan Matthews famous. Got him a nice little contract, got him shipped off to Buffalo where he's relatively obscure again. But for those few weeks, Jordan Matthews was a thing. Kenny Stills probably will be a thing because Matt Moore practiced with him all year so far. They know each other. They know where he's going to break his routes. He can find him. May not be special, may not be fantabulous, but while they're cheap, it's a thing. Minnesota is dead on committee with their running backs. Don't trust it. San Diego. This is interesting. I may spend a couple of minutes on this just because. The Patriots have been playing better on defense lately. They typically game plan away the best player in the offense. That was either going to be Keenan Allen or Melvin Gordon. I thought it was Melvin Gordon. Yeah, it looks wrong, but was it? No. The reason it wasn't wrong was because he broke off an 87-yard touchdown run. And I'm going to talk out both sides of my mouth here. So just turn the hypocrisy filter off for just a second. The reason why it was good and bad is for two reasons. Were you playing season long or were you playing daily fantasy sports? If you were playing daily fantasy sports, you were correct to not play Melvin Gordon last week. Why? Because Belichick game planned to shut him down. Did it work? No. Outside of one play, though, it did work. 130-something yards and a touchdown. Take away the 87-yard touchdown run and the touchdown, and you got 14 carries for 50-something yards. That's game planning him out. They got loose on one. It happens. Now, why does that work? Why was that right for daily fantasy? Because the matchup was bad, he was going to be in a bad spot. It was a West team traveling east for an early game. We know that that's generally a recipe for coming out flat. On top of it, you're going into Belichick, who's been getting the defense righted lately, and turn around and game plan Gordon right out of the game. And it almost worked, but it didn't. Why didn't it work? Well, for the exact same reason that you run studs in your season longs in bad matchups. High volume guys get their points. High volume, not all the time, but if I run him over a course of a 16 game or 12 game season, whatever season long fantasy is, I'm going to get my big games. I don't know when the 90-yard breakoff run's going to come, but I know it's coming. I don't know if it's going to come in a bad matchup or a good cherry matchup, but it's coming. So I keep running Melvin Gordon on my season-long teams week in, week out, week in, week out, week in, week out. And I know there's going to be good games and I know there's going to be bad games. I get that 87-yard touchdown in my season-long. I shouldn't be disappointed that I missed it in daily fantasy because it was a fluke against a tougher matchup. It counted. It all counted the same. The guy that played Melvin Gordon thought he was in a good spot, got justified, but he didn't realize you take away the 87-yard touchdown run. It's 14 carries for 50 yards. He'd have been pissed. He'd have been pissed. We'd have been right. What are you going to do? We made the right call in DFS, and in season long, you run him out there anyway. That's just how you do it. Don't take LaShawn McCoy out. I ran him all first 3 or 4 weeks in season long fantasy too. Why? High volume stud back. Run him every week. If you've got Jordan Howard, high volume stud back. You run him every week in season long. You play matchups in DFS. On the New England side, sorry, to go back to that one just real quickly, just when you think you've got the New England running back system pinned, you're wrong. Every time. We should have known that for 3 or 4 or 5 years now since we've been playing daily fantasy sports. Mike Gillislee came out of nowhere, had himself half the carry or as many carries as Dion Lewis. The whole podcast industry is chirping, Dion Lewis, he's a thing. No, he's freaking not. No, he's not. Because the minute you get on that train, boom, Belichick kicks your ass off. Nobody in that offense is safe except for Tom Brady. Maybe Gronk when he's healthy, but nobody is cash safe in that offense except for Tom Brady. I made the mistake of chasing Chris Hogan a couple of weeks ago, and what's he done since? Shit. But for right now, you run Tom Brady, and if you want to pair him up with people in tournaments, good. If you hit it and you hit it right, great. But your targets on the 5 popular receivers in that offense, 5 receptions, 7 receptions, 5 receptions, 5 receptions, 5 receptions. Tom Brady spreads the ball out. And when he does that, it makes it impossible to hit the right guy because everybody's getting the love. The only one I would say is cash safe right now on DraftKings is James White, the running back, because he's cheap and he gets targets. So maybe not a lot of a ceiling there, but while he's cheap, he's going to get you a floor. So maybe when you're really hurting on DraftKings for some value, you can run him out as one of your running backs or stick him in your flex. Tom Brady's the only cash safe player in that offense. Running over to the Bears in New Orleans, and we'll pick up the pace. The Bears, Jordan Howard, high volume play, but he's not a top tier running back because his team sucks. That's it. He's overpriced. You run him in your season longs because you drafted him. Don't play him in DFS, in my opinion. His team sucks. He's not going to get you 2 touchdown upside very often, and you're not going to know what matchup it's going to happen in. But he is going to get you 20 touches. But for $7,000, $8,000, he's too high priced. New Orleans, first victory without a Drew Brees passing touchdown since October 4, 2009. That tells you how dependent they've been on Drew Brees the past few years. The past 8 years. Tells you how dependent they've been on Drew Brees down there in New Orleans. What does it tell you now? It tells you they have multiple ways to win a game. Since Adrian Peterson left, Mark Ingram is a freaking thing. And he's still relatively cheap. That's why he should be your running back, your second running back on FanDuel. He catches a few passes here and there to give him a little bit of floor and a little bit of safety. The Saints are throwing to him. They're running with him. They're doing everything they can with him at the expense of Drew Brees and his pass catchers. Drew Brees is a thing, Mark Ingram is a thing. Kamara ate a little bit last week, but Mark Ingram is the thing. At the expense of your Michael Thomases and your everybody else. He's another naked quarterback, though. He spreads the ball around a lot. 6, 7 receivers are going to hit the target sheet every week. Panthers and Bucks. Cam runs the ball again. I compare this to Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton got hit in the face a few years ago, was a little bit afraid of the baseball, stepped away in the batter's box, pitcher started pitching him outside, and he wasn't as good. It was a confidence issue. It was a little bit of a fear factor. He corrected it this year. Boom, 50 home runs. Giancarlo Stanton's back. Guess who else is back? Cam. Cam got shelled last season. Concussions, big hits, no flags, all sorts of crap. Got in his head a little bit. Cam started pulling the ball down 4 weeks ago, started running a little bit more. Cam's back. Is he safe? No. But in the right matchups, is he playable? Yes. Was he playable last week? Yes. Did it work out? No. He ran the ball for 45 yards, gave you an extra 4.5 points. Cam Newton, we don't know if he's going to throw the ball, right through the chest of his running back out in the flat, or if he's going to try and throw something deep downfield to, a Funchess or a K-Benj and just airmail it right through the uprights into the upper deck. You don't know with Cam, but when he's going up against the league's worst secondary, it's a good chance to take. Being that it's still taking a chance, it's kind of GPP, kind of a league play thing where you need some upside in your contest. It's not a 50-50 or a double-up play. It's never a cash safe play. At least not yet. He used to be cash safe. He hasn't been back to cash safe yet. But it was a smart play last week. It didn't work out. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, trash. Cincinnati was in a better spot than they showed. They are a constant disappointment. And that's what a 3-4 football team gives you, is constant disappointment. Joe Mixon, it was nice to see him get some receptions, but Andy Dalton, where the hell were you? A.J. Green couldn't get the love that we thought he was going to get. He helped you a little bit with that touchdown, but he didn't do as well as we thought he was going to do. Tyler Kroft did okay because he was dirt-ass cheap. But as a by and large, how do you allow the Colts to score 23 on your defense if your defense is worth a crap? By and large, 3 and 4 teams are going to disappoint you the majority of the time. That's what the Bengals did. They disappointed us. Oakland and Buffalo. The guy in Oakland is Michael Crabtree. It's not Amari Cooper. If you chase those points, you were dumb. You were dumb. West Coast team going east. You didn't get much out of Michael Crabtree either. He really shouldn't have been on any Raiders. Buffalo Bills defense is legit. We saw him take out Denver when Denver came there 2 weeks ago. The point is, if you look at the targets, you look at everything else, Amari Cooper's going to have his 4 receptions, 40 yards. He's going to blow up for a game here or there. We don't know when it's going to be. Michael Crabtree's pretty damn steady. Michael Crabtree's the man in that offense to own for daily fantasy sports, as long as his price doesn't get out of control. Period. As far as the Bills are concerned, Shady McCoy has a better schedule the rest of the season. Shady McCoy is going to be a factor. He's a high-volume running back. That's what we love. You run them out there in good matchups again and again and again and again. If they're in your season long, you start them week in, week in, week in, week in, week out. 27 carries, 6 receptions, super high volume. Look for good spots. You're going to see more of them going forward. As far as the Eagles and the 49ers are concerned, Wentz has a floor, and stacked with Ertz, he's a great play, is going to be going forward every week until they become just unaffordable. That was a heavy rain game. It was kind of crappy, but Wentz didn't burn you. Wentz isn't the reason you lost. He was fine. Zach Ertz, fine. No problems. Atlanta, Sanu's probably the best DFS play in that offense. Why? Because he's cheap. He's cheap and he's consistent and he's safe. Does he have upside? No. Would I run Sanu in a tournament? No. Would I run him in cash all day long? He's like a Jarvis Landry, Golden Tate. You just run him out there. As far as the Jets are concerned, McCown, you're going to start hearing the name Josh McCown. You've been hearing it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks now. You start hearing him, I don't target defenses against Josh McCown because he doesn't turn the ball over that much. Then you start hearing, he's putting up some good weeks. He's throwing for some yardage. He's not making any mistakes. He's actually okay. He's only okay because he's cheap, dirt cheap. But he is okay. So for a couple weeks, you can look to him. If he's in a good matchup, he's not the worst play in the world. So anyone who gives you crap for it doesn't know what they're talking about. He's not bad. Houston and Seattle, if you didn't have pieces of this game, sorry, it was very, very hard to win. Very hard to win last night. This game blew up. Late line movement, people are going to be talking about how they predicted it and it was great, whatever. There's no mathematical evidence. If you listen to Chris Raybon, TJ Hernandez over at 4for4.com, just the only outside plug I'm going to give you today, they have broken it down mathematically over the past few years. Late line movement doesn't really do much for DFS. It doesn't mean it's not a thing occasionally or whatever. It just means you can't track it and count on it for DFS. So the late line move shifted to this game, said this game's going to hit the over. Boy, did it. And it blew up for your DFS players. And it's going to make the recency bias, the short-term thinkers of the DFS industry, think that late line movement is a thing. But I'm telling you, over 5 years, those other guys have proven that it's not. It worked this week. Great. If you had them, you probably cashed. It was a much easier path to victory. If you didn't have them, it was damn difficult. I'll give everybody that. I should have made the pivot myself. I didn't not do it because of late line movement. I didn't do it because I was in the car with my kids taking a Sunday drive, around lock, and I couldn't make that pivot. So I apologize to my family for that because I took bread off the table to take them for a Sunday drive. But the point is, I was in the Cowboys-Redskins game, and this was really, really weird because I've never seen lineups cannibalize themselves. I had Zeke and McCoy, and I had Le'Veon Bell and McCoy in a couple of different lineups, and it was really weird watching these lineups feed off each other. The Seattle game didn't help me, but the rain in Dallas, it wasn't helping me either. When I started off, I had a good game with Wentz and everybody else going, and it only had Le'Veon Bell left, and I was like, dude, this lineup's going to eat. It's up there in the triple ups, quintuple ups, it's hitting GPPs, it's going to eat. But it started going backwards because as Zeke started going, and as the Seattle game started going, it started chopping into that lineup. And I was going, damn, it's fun. But I got Le'Veon Bell going, I should be all right. And then I started watching the Zeke lineup go up, go up, go up, go up. I'm like, all right, we got something here. And then the damn Zeke one, as the Sunday night game went off, the Zeke lineups started going backwards because of the Seattle game partly and because of the Steelers. Le'Veon was doing a little bit of damage, got that early touchdown, kicked me out of the money. I was like, damn. I was like, all right, I guess I'm back to rooting for Le'Veon. Go, Bell, go. And I'm watching why, and he didn't do enough. He didn't do enough to get that lineup back into the money, but yet he did enough to kick my Zeke lineups out of the money. It was the weirdest damn thing you've ever seen before in your life. I didn't brick off across the board. I ended up getting back, 10, 12 bucks on 30, 35 bucks, whatever it is, about a third. Not a total loss, but not great. And it was smashing at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All the lineups looked great. So a large part of that does get blamed on the Seattle game and that I didn't have any exposure to it, but part of it was that Bell did just enough to hurt me and not enough to help my other lineup. That's DFS. What are you going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to go to dfsarmy.com. You're going to use that coupon code CHOP. You're going to lock your price in right now. You're going to come back. You're going to follow the blog that I'm going to put together that shows you how to work this thing in NBA. We're going to track it, start off with 15 bucks. We're going to pretend we're going to start with 15 bucks. And if we had to, we could deposit another 15 bucks, say 2 or 3 times. So a total of like 50 bucks. And we're going to start with $15 and we're going to ride this train. I'm going to show you how I can make you money in the NBA. I can make you money in the NFL. And I can show you how to become a better player by using our tools and our optimizer inside the DFS Army. You follow the link in the description of this video, dfsarmy.com/ref/3. Use coupon code CHOP, CHOP. Get that 20% discount before the prices go up. Get inside Slack. Start talking to me. Start talking to our coaches and contributors. We will make you a better player. Fact.